Raw Talk Recap, 9th of July, 2017 inches. The Raw Talk after Great Balls of Fire was hosted by Renee Young and Peter Rosenberg, both of whom spoke glowingly about the inaugural Great Balls of Fire PPV held in Dallas, Texas. The two discussed Brock Lesnar's win against Samoa Joe, the ambulance match between Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns, where the former was victorious, but it is still uncertain about the physical health of both wrestlers, as well as the future of the feud. Rosenberg expressed concern over the health of Strowman but emphasized on how strong Strowman was during and after the match. Young and Rosenberg were joined by Big Cass at the desk. Big Cass. Rosenberg started the segment by saying that Cass used to listen to him on the radio in New York and said that he was impressed with how Cass was doing in the ring. Cass spoke about how he had put up with Enzo for a long time and that Amor has a mouth and ego the size of this building and that at Great Balls of Fire, he shut it. Young then asked Cass what he wanted to accomplish now that he's a singles wrestler, to which Cass replied almost immediately that he wants to go after the Beast Brock Lesnar, and that he wants to main event WrestleMania. He highlighted that main eventing WrestleMania has always been his goal and that he won't rest before he gets it. Rosenberg in jest suggested that Cass hit the clubs in New York and celebrate his victory, which Cass didn't take lightly and questioned Rosenberg if he doubts his ability. Rosenberg clarified by saying that he wanted Cass to enjoy the moment. Cass dismissed the radio host and said that it wasn't a moment and that he knew it would happen and he did it. Cass also said that his goals aren't far-fetched and that he is going to accomplish his goals. Renee alluded to how the same venue was the place where Enzo and Cass debuted as a tag team and asked him if he had any nostalgic feelings about his partnership with Enzo. Cass retorted by asking Young why he should look backwards and said that he's looking forward to the future. He also stated that Enzo is now in the rear view. Rosenberg asked Cass how his relationship would be with Enzo's friends and family now that he's destroyed his old partner. Big Cass said that he would be cordial with Amor's near and dear ones and that his relationship with Enzo is different, but other things need not change. Cass also responded to a question posed by Young which alluded to the response he got from the WWE Universe, which is diametrically opposite to the one he got when he was Enzo's tag team partner. Cass said that the reaction from the WWE Universe hasn't changed and that when he was Enzo's partner, the fans in the stadium would chant his former tag team partner's name rather than his name, and that no one was chanting for him and was never by his side. Big Cass also said that he didn't feel much different when walking back on the ramp after his match and that he's focusing on his goals of main eventing WrestleMania and fighting for the Universal Championship. Cass said that the feud with Enzo is in the past and that he has greater, bigger things to look forward to. He also said that if Enzo wants to fight him again, he would gladly oblige but believes that his former tag team partner wouldn't do so after the beating that he got at Great Balls of Fire. Cass praised Lesnar and called him unbelievable and said that it would be a tough task going up against the Beast, but he believes that if there's one person who can handle and go toe-to-toe with Lesnar, it was him. Cass said that he's going to be the next Universal Champion and that he has what it takes to beat Lesnar. When Young asked Cass what makes him think that he can step up to that opportunity, an incensed Cass stood up and told her that he was 7 feet tall, and that was why he can step up to the task. Cass said that everybody felt that Enzo was the next big star and that everybody doubted him over the years. He also revealed that an unnamed NXT superior asked him rhetorically who he was without Enzo by his side, and the tag team was an opening act and would never main event anything. He said that people who never believed in him from the beginning shouldn't commend or congratulate him now because they didn't believe in him at the start and shouldn't believe in him now. The segment ended with Young congratulating Cass on the win, but it didn't end there. Cass looked at Rosenberg and said that like Enzo found out tonight, he didn't need him anymore, after which Cass left. Rosenberg said that he met Big Cass a few years ago and that Cass was excited when he met him, and how he listened to the radio show that he hosted. Rosenberg said that it was weird that Cass lost it a few minutes earlier but that he was still trying to be respectful. Renee also said that she's known Enzo and Cass since their days in NXT and that this new arrogant sign of Cass may be to change things around and wanting to take control of a situation. Rosenberg said that he respected Cass' behavior from a career point of view but the personal hatred towards Enzo and everyone else makes him a little unhinged. Sasha Banks. Next, Sasha Banks won her match against Alexa Bliss on Count Out but the title didn't change hands at Great Balls of Fire made her entry. Banks said that she's angry with what went down tonight and that he had her opponent beat and called Bliss a coward. The Boss said that Bliss is scared of her and that she is better than Bliss. Young asked Banks how she feels about not getting the Raw Women's Championship in spite of winning again. Banks replied saying that she's better and faster than Bliss and that she would give her a physical punishment like she did after the match against Great Balls of Fire. Rosenberg spoke about the history between the two and asked Banks what the deal was between the two. Banks ridiculed Bliss and called her fake stories about Bliss being a fan of wrestling and Matt Hardy and angrily said that Bliss didn't know the difference between Jeff and Matt Hardy. The Boss called Bliss a Hollywood act and that Bliss got what she came into wrestling for and was now on Total Divas, but that she can't talk her way from Banks. The Boss said that she was a 3-time women's champion for a reason and that she will be a 4-time women's champion soon and will demand a rematch. Rosenberg asked Banks if there was a different level of blood with Bliss compared to that with Charlotte, and asked if there was a danger of being so emotionally invested in a feud. Banks said that she's always worked hard for her titles and that she's never run away unlike Bliss and that she's worked her backside off to get where she is and that she will keep on doing it till everyone that has doubted her. Banks then went on to stake her claim to being the best women's wrestler the company has seen. Renee then praised Banks but also asked her if she believed Bliss didn't put in the work to be where she is. Banks replied by saying that although one doesn't have to work in the indies to make it to the WWE, but that it should be respected. Banks then mocked Bliss about her love of the WWE and pro wrestling, and that she'd like Bliss if she was honest and not fake, and that she doesn't show any respect. Banks ended by saying that she wasn't impressed by anything Bliss did in the ring in their match at Great Balls of Fire. Banks left the interview, and the hosts alluded to how Banks' predicament is similar to their first guest, Cass, in that both wrestlers were frustrated with their wrestling career. The duo agreed that Banks has worked incredibly hard and that her influence and presence has pushed the WWE Women's Division to its current state, but they also agreed that Bliss was a talented and capable wrestler. The Miz with Maryse and Miztourage. The hosts were discussing the main of Great Balls of Fire Brock Lesnar vs Samoa Joe, when they were interrupted by the current Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, who came into the program comically singing the theme music of the PPV, Great Balls of Fire. An elated Miz mockingly asked Renee if she liked the PPV and what she liked about it. Young replied by listing out a few matches but missed out on Miz's match with Dean Ambrose, who also happens to be Renee Young's husband, but was reminded by The Miz and he asked her to name the winner of the match, to rub salt into Young's wounds. Young was then asked to name the loser of the match, which she was a little apprehensive of uttering, but The Miz made sure she named her husband's name. The Intercontinental Champion gloated even more about his victory over Ambrose. Rosenberg stated that The Miz did get a little help to win the match, but The Miz didn't take that comment lightly and shut him up by saying that no one wanted to hear Rosenberg's opinion. Young then stated that since the return of Maryse and the formation of the Miztourage, The Miz has been winning dirty and that shouldn't be applauded. The Miz turned up the volume and said that everybody should applaud him and that the WWE Universe worldwide should praise him for being Intercontinental Champion. He went on to explain that the reason he took Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas under his wings was because they're supremely talented, but that the WWE is not doing anything with them. He said that when he was on the sets of the Marine 5 Battleground, Axel and Dallas were working very hard and that they are stars. Rosenberg asked Dallas how he feels working with The Miz, to which he replied that he feels better than ever. He said that it's been 2 years since he was part of a PPV and that he and Axel needed a path, which The Miz gave them. The Miz said that Dallas was a comic relief previously, but at Marine 5, Dallas was badass and everyone was afraid of him. The Miz also said that Dallas is currently the best he's been in WWE and that he will continue to grow. When Axel was asked about how he felt now, he said that when you look like a star, and act like a star, you're a star, and that the Miztourage are stars. The Miz said that the Miztourage are third-generation superstars and that they will be huge stars in the future. When Young said that The Miz needs to surround himself with other wrestlers, Miz interrupted her and said that he is lifting talent in the WWE and give them a direction. He took jabs at Ambrose and Heath Slater and said that they wouldn't listen to him and that they both lost to him. He also said that he's giving relevance to the title and pushing it to the next level. The Miz ended the show by saying that he will fight anyone and he dared any wrestler to try to take the title out of his hands, but gave wrestlers a warning by saying that they'll end up like Dean Ambrose and Heath Slater.